Sawadika. Welcome grade 5 to our third week online classes. Of course, with your teacher in science and English, Mrs. Norbel Quatres. We are now in chapter 2. In our science, we will be talking about heredity. Heredity means the passing on or inheritance of characteristics from parents to their offspring. Take note of this picture. This is what you call the genes. Genes, genes. This is the genes of a living thing. Genes are the structures in the cells that are responsible for the characteristics in organisms. So this is the genes. The cell is the building block of the organism. This is the cell of living things. So many cells in the structure or the body of a living thing, either plants or animals. If we take a closer look, this is the cell. Study the picture. This is what you call the nucleus. This is the nucleus found inside the cell, which controls all the activities of the cells and contains the genes. So here is the nucleus, which contains the genes of the living organism. These are some examples of the traits. Traits means the unique quality or characteristic one person has. Examples of these are honesty, loyalty, compassion, respectfulness, humility, and patience, and many more. All living things reproduce. The tiger reproduce, the lizard reproduce, mushrooms reproduce, the fish reproduce, the insects reproduce, the trees reproduce, the birds reproduce, all plants reproduce, including flowers, and of course, people reproduce, organisms reproduce. Why? Because living things need to ensure that their kind will continue to exist, whatever may happen, whatever may the circumstances in this world, life must exist. That is why living things reproduce. Now let's say this is your parents. This is your father. This is your father. And this is your mother. Okay, now look at your father and your mother. What are the physical characteristics your father has? For example, your father's hair, your father's nose, your father's lips, your father's eyes. And look at your mother's physical appearance, your mother's hair, your mother's eyes, your mother's nose, and your mother's lips, your mother's skin. And look at yourself. Look at your hair, look at your eyes, take note of your lips, take note of your nose, your eyebrows, your type of skin, your height, your weight, and study yourself and tell, where did you got these traits? From your father or from your mother? That is what you are going to do for the next activity. You make a video using the following guide questions. Number 1, study the physical appearance of your parents. Now, number 2, tell me what are the characteristics of your parents that are similar to what you had. You can say, I have straight hair like my father or like my mother. Or you can say, I have tan skin like my father. Or you can also say, I have brown skin like my mother. You can also say, I have a Roman nose like my father. Or I can say, I have an Asian nose like my mother. Or you can also say, I have a thick eyebrows like my mother. Anything you notice about yourself and the physical appearance of your parents, you can mention it on your video. And then send the video to Miss Sirinan so she can forward it to me. If you want to review your lessons from the beginning of our online class, you can go to my YouTube channel. Just type Norbel Quatres, and there you can find all your lessons uploaded in my channel. That's all. Thank you for being with me on our online class. Kapun ka. Sawadee ka.